You know the deal. www.patreon.com/modernapes. Look, for just literally $4 a month, you get 4 bonus Final Stop episodes, 1 per week. And if you want a little bit more, if you want to get deep into the personal lives, figure out what's been going on behind the scenes, Tristan, tell them what they win.
They win the internal affairs at $10 or less. No, not less, just $10.
Non-negotiation.
Non-negotiation. Give us 7. But no.
Join the Patreon every week with this guy.
It's good. It's a fun time. We do silly stuff.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Modern Apes. I'm your host, Daniel Bridgegad. We're live from the ever-glorious Wits Studios. Sitting to my right, as always, you love that sweet, sultry voice, the Vampire King, King Possum, King Candy Ass. It's Tristan Bowling.
Howdy. Was that sultry?
You couldn't be sultry if you tried.
No,
that's not sexy at all. The 2 girls we have just dried up.
Is that not sexy?
Say KMF 1011 The Rock.
KMF 1011 The Rock.
All right.
Right?
That was a bit.
Yeah.
You know, Joe, you're the voice actor that disappoints people when they meet him in real life. You're like, that's the movie phone guy?
God damn, he's Kung Fu Panda.
You're like, say it. You're like, fine. You're like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
No, this week we're talking fashion. It's starting to get a little bit warmer outside. I know it's downpouring today in New York City, but it's starting to get a little bit warmer. Fashion's coming around. It's a big thing that I care about, probably too much for a guy who doesn't really take fashion risks. And I'm sitting here in a Bass Pro Shops hat that I got from Cabela's.
But that's like borderline ironic. A little bit.
No. It's
like
ironic.
It
would be ironic if you wore it.
No.
I caught 7 fish in the last 2 days.
Where's my invitation to all these things?
You want to drive 3 hours? And I'm exiled. You want to come to witness protection?
Pick me up. Put a bag over my head and bring me to the fishing spot.
We will. I took my wife fishing
Just
yesterday.
zip tie my hands.
Get thrown in the back of a truck somewhere, wake up on a bass boat.
Yeah.
That's my dream. That's my wet
I'm just
dream.
sleeping. It's like, why are you so comfortable? Not my first time, pal.
You just described my dream bachelor party. Getting fucking handcuffed and just waking up on a lake somewhere with a beer and a rod.
You get cartelled?
Cartelled up to like the Finger Lakes, and I'm just sitting there like, we have a brand new fly reel and a fucking Bud Light for you.
I mean, like,
I wouldn't come back.
I don't have a car, so that would be a wild Uber.
No, yeah, taking a fishing pole on the Amtrak's a wild look. I think it's a weapon.
Not even a fishing pole. Bringing someone zip tied and bagged on an Amtrak, just being like, it's his bachelorette party.
I wonder if that would work on a cop. You know what I saw? Home Depot and sell your rope if you cry.
I saw that video. Yeah,
if you're crying, I kind of never really thought about that. Also, I don't know where else you'd get rope besides they don't have like a Suicide or Us or are us. Suicide was us.
Yeah. Suicide I was.
Yeah, but we're talking high fashion. Speaking of mugs that were suicidal. You go first because I have a little bit more of a list. Well, first, let me ask you this. Would you consider yourself fashionable?
Would you consider... I'll take the question and reverse it on you.
I'm hot, so don't have to be.
No.
I asked you 7 colors. I asked you 7 colors.
You do have to be.
No. I don't have to be. I choose to. You, sir, you have... Well, not really. You could just dress like a stagehand like you do most of the time and just wear... The one time you don't wear all black is because you got a brand new... Let me describe this for you guys who are just listening at home. Tristan's wearing a zip-up shirt that would be big on me that is 7 different colors. It's basically every bad color of Starburst put into one T-shirt.
These are the best colors of Starburst.
There's no red or pink on that thing anywhere. It's yellow and orange.
Yellow and orange are good.
Those suck shit.
No,
Those
they don't.
The yellow ones get thrown out every time.
You're out of your mind.
You look like a yellow Starburst person. You mother... Trying to say
you look like a red Starburst person.
Try not to say the N-word so much, but it sounds... Person doesn't do it. You look like a yellow Starburst, nigga, you mother...
Well, do you know what? I am's what I am's.
Would you? Okay, so you consider yourself fashionable?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. When do you think the best period of Yes, thank you. That's what I've been trying
I'm not Bushwick.
Dude, you get close.
There's no way.
Wait, are you
I'm
saying
Bushwick.
I'm dressed Bushwick? Yeah.
Nah.
Tristan for sure. Here's how I'll describe it. Because
You're out of your gourd, Pat. Pat, you're out of your gourd. That's not me at all.
You're out of your gourd, Pat.
Honestly, I think I know. I think that's outside of Alligator Lounge. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You dress like a hipster lesbian, and it is what
That is not me.
Me and my buddy say that at least 2 times a week we see Tristan's doppelganger in New York, and they're not always bros. Sometimes it is just a woman with a hunch, unfortunately, and you're like, hey, that looks. It's not him. It's not him at all.
It's not me.
I don't know. I would say I used to be a hype beast. Like back in the time period that I'm doing, I was fully bought in. I had every color of Elites that you could have. Matched them to my Nike shorts that also had a. You remember when those Nike like word tees were big, where it was like, "I just do it because others can't," or "Bo knows,"
where it's like big thing, where it's like do it and it's like determined, like fucking organized,
determined, try hard, never quit, Nike, and I'm like, that's me. Buddy.
That's me.
I never got into the. You know what I was mad about?
What?
Our age of going out now, which I quintessentially disagree with, like the fucking. The only reason that you should have a fucking half these kids that wear cargo pants probably don't know what the little holster part's for.
It's for a
They
hammer.
probably think it's to hold on to when some other dude named Kyle's giving it to you in Bushwick.
Yeah, it's got you over a pool table. Just grabbing him by his knee holders.
It's a hold a hammer. Jesus
Crazy. I mean, who's Stripes in that?
Okay, here's a question.
I know who's not Solids. It's the guy who's the next day.
Do you think you're ever going to change your fashion up? Because you changed since...
I feel like it's ever evolving. I want to wear the same shit that I wore years ago.
I might do a little bit of work and go back on your Instagram and show what you used to dress like. This motherfucker, when I first met him, would wear NASCAR pit crew outfits.
I still have the jacket.
Mesh T-shirts.
It wasn't a pit crew outfit. I just found a shirt that perfectly matched the pants.
This is what I have to deal with on a daily. This is what was.
It wasn't like a full like zip up thing. It was red Dickies and a red NASCAR jacket, which I've worn before. It's a nice jacket. It's a nice shirt.
He would do that. All right, mesh T-shirt. Argue your way out of that one, asshat.
Mesh T-shirt was a bad boy. Mesh T-shirt. I've
It
learned.
was so bad, dude.
I've learned.
You look like you just got off from a Chippendales, where you're like the novelty not jacked one that's trying way harder than all the jacked guys. Oh, I'd love to see you on a Chippendales stage.
Oh, dude, I'd be there for my personality.
You know, you'd be the one with the biggest cock. Like there's all the other like jacked guys for sure, and then there's like
what a letdown I'd be.
who the fuck's this little dick on a stick? And then you turn around, and just wait.
Just like the whole front row is like Jesus.
The fucking splash. The goddamn splash.
You're cutting the air.
It's fucked up. All right, so what I did? No, you go first. You go first. I want to hear your stuff.
Okay, so I did a
little bit fashion all day.
I did a little bit of history.
What are your thoughts on white socks with black pants?
I'm doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I'm sorry.
Plays. I'm just gonna say that the whole time.
All right.
Tracks.
All right. Gauche. All right. Well, I'm doing a little bit of history of. Let's talk about a man who was born in the kingdom of Württemberg, Mr. Hugo Ferdinand Boss.
You know, I kind of thought you were basically just gonna find a way to do Nazis, and I was correct. I was right. I was like, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. He's gonna find like an evil fashion house. I'm surprised you didn't do Coco Chanel. She has like babies in a basement somewhere.
Really?
You
I
know
don't think
that
that's true.
Isn't Coco Chanel the really rich fashion house lady?
I mean, Coco Chanel is a very. I don't know. Is she alive? Is she real? Is that Santa? Is that like fashion Santa?
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. Coco Chanel's the one who was fucking Jack Frost on the low. Broke up the whole North Pole.
Pretty much, man.
She Yoko Ono'd Christmas.
Yeah. So basically, he apprenticed as a merchant and did his service in the military during 1903 to 1905.
Well, you say he's from the kingdom of where? Because where the fuck is a kingdom?
It's like, it's basically like it's within Germany, I think. I'll tell you why I think it's within Germany in a second. I think he's pretty close.
Weirdly unscathed in the 40s. Interesting.
Yeah. And then he worked in a weaving mill in Konstanz. He took over his parents' lingerie shop in...
what the fuck?
Yeah. In 1908 as their heir.
Also, what the fuck is 1908 lingerie? Like shorts?
Yeah. It's like khaki pants.
Tank tops and shorts.
It's a capri pants.
This fucking floozy.
Yeah.
I was going to say sloozy.
Sloozy?
Sloozy. That's when you're not fully committed to being a slut or a floozy.
Yeah.
You're a civilized lady who also
Hop
likes...
off the fence, you sloozy.
You're civilized most of the time. The other time when you're not civilized, you like going airtight in your free time. What's it to you?
What's it to you?
What's
it to you? Why don't you try to stop me? All right? I'm wearing my best lingerie, which exposes my ankles and wrists.
Oh, and also conveniently,
I'm
is
ready
the
to
pussy...
get fucked, pal.
Isn't that a contrast? It's like something that barely shows a little ankle. You're being slutty, but they're also crotchless. You're just like, I like to play between.
And let me tell you, pal, I bathed last week, so that's better than most of the people in this town.
I bathed last week.
I got fresh
I'm carrying
pussy.
flowers with me to musk the scent.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You can go down on me, but I suggest a plague doctor mask.
Quick side note: you don't like slightly stank puss, do you?
Ew, what?
Yeah, me either. Gross. Next question.
No, that was you. Wait, what? You enjoyed the musk
Hey,
of
look,
a woman?
Pat pulled up a nice picture of a lady with a probably pretty nice musk.
Oh my God, no. Well, that's a all corset doing the work for you. I wish I had something like that, but for my cock.
Wait.
To make it look longer?
You can. You just use the same technology as those Sudanese tribes in Africa. They use it on their neck. You just use it on your shaft.
Just rings? I just add increased rings.
Just cock rings, but for no one's pleasure.
My girlfriend's like, Tristan, where did all my earrings go? Just all the hoop earrings and all the rings in her jewelry box just stacked up.
Do you think it has the same functionality as like leg lengthening? You know, the short guys get leg lengthening, but they lose like 70% of functionality.
Yeah.
So they're just like a 6'7" fucking blundering idiot now.
Yeah, I'm gonna break my dick right in the kneecap.
Well, it is always hard, but I can't really feel anything. It's a weird trade-off. I have a 10-inch cock now.
I took all the cartilage and fat from my ears and put it on my cock.
They redistribute.
They just have holes.
Turns out I always had fatty earlobes. Now I have a fat cock.
I can't wear glasses now.
Would you take that? Having a 10-inch Peter for 50,
no ears?
No, 50. Yes, equilibrium's all fucked up. No. Would you take a fatter cock, but you could 50% less feeling? 10-inch dongle, 50% connection.
Yeah.
I do okay. I don't have a pull it out in public cock. Like that's crazy to just
comedy
have
would become a side hustle.
Oh, if you're just a fucking huge Johnson.
Yeah. If I had a monster cock, comedy would be a side hustle. I would love doing it, but my cock would pay the bills.
Yeah, you're like mostly just stroking
Meanwhile,
it
this guy doesn't even pay rent over here. Ain't doing shit for this house.
That is someone's real life. They just like product test different lotions weekly and make fucking 6 figures a month. You're just like, that's fine.
Dude, literally, it's some guy with like a tripod camera taking a shower. And
you know
just
what?
like being like half chub, and people are just like, dude, $10,000.
You know what? Sometimes when I watch porn, I like go on the guy's profile because they usually like the same type of girls that I like. But you do have to kind of sometimes scroll through to be like, guy girl video, 4 videos of this guy just mowing his meat in the mirror.
Yeah.
Guy girl video. And you're like,
Yeah, you gotta appease to that audience.
They don't fucking play any games over there.
Yeah, dude. If I had a 10-inch piece, just fucking every day, just like
I put on like a magic trick. Just ta-da.
sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. So I'm being like, can I have a quarter? I'm like, here's $10,000. My cock's huge.
That's the question. Is it even possible to be sad with a huge cock?
Dude, fucking, you'd think I was 15 pounds with how light my steps were. I'd be dancing everywhere I went.
Sunshine and lollipops.
Yeah. So, he worked at his mother and father's parents' lingerie shop in 1908 as their heir. In 1914, he was mobilized into the army and served through World War I, ending it as a corporal.
Well, that's when they got mollywopped. That was no good.
Yeah.
Well, they got
So
mollywopped.
after the end of the First World War, Hugo Ferdinand Boss took over his parents' clothing retail business, where it still operates, and registered it as a business for manufacturing goods in 1922. In 1924, he started the factory for the production of workwear, along with 2 partners, Albert and Theodore, as shareholders. The company produced shirts, jackets, work clothing, sportswear, and raincoats. In 1925 to 1926, Hugo Boss announced
he hates Jews, coincidentally aligning with the fucking Nazi Nationalist Party forming right around the same time.
Yeah.
Do you think he did, or do you think he was just making hand over fist money? He's just like, hide me. I don't.
Nah, he liked them.
He knew what was going on.
Yeah, in connection with the global economic crisis following the New York Stock Exchange market crash in 1929, the company had to reduce its workfare by almost a quarter and file for bankruptcy in 1931.
Right.
In the same year, Hugo Fernandez reached an agreement with his creditors, leaving him with 6 sewing machines to start all over again.
When does he start making the shiny boots? That's what I want. That's what I want to know.
This is when Hugo decided to get his touch into local politics.
Perfect trade. I'll take my parents' fucking sex fiend money and parlay that into the Nazi propaganda.
Yeah, it led him into finding his largest client yet. So in 1931, Hugo Fernandez became a member of the Nazi Party.
Damn.
Yeah, receiving the membership number 508889 and sponsoring member of the SS.
He was just taking orders in mass shipments and making cash.
No, he's not taking orders. He's just being like, people are like, someone want to do this? He's like, me!
Oh my God, please me. I swear to God.
Please me. I have so many sewing machines. They left me 6.
Please let me make the death boots. I mean, outfit the military.
Yeah, so he also joined the German Labor Front in 1936, the Reich Air Protection Association in 1939, and the National Socialist People's Welfare Association in 1941. So he was in it.
He wasn't kind of. All of his sons were captains like Hitler Youth programs and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was also a member of something which is called the Reich Streicherbund and the Reichsbund for physical exercise, which I just assume are programs within the Nazi Party.
Yeah, it's where you get young Aryan boys outside and teach them that exercise is the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. Exercise is the way, the only way.
The only way.
We're kind of about like one solution for everything type of thing.
There's only one. It's not a multiple. They don't take multiple choice tests. It's just A. A on every question. Yes, very good. Very good.
Did you just ask if there was a B?
Which?
Shabbos.
Jew?
Yeah. So after joining these organizations, he received orders for the production of clothing for the Nazi Party and its organizations, which helped Hugo Fernandez to stabilize the company again, and his sales increased from $26,000 US in 1932 to over $3 million.
Wait. In 19 when?
1932.
Oh, okay. So that's not even. So this would be the equivalent of like, you know how Republicans to some degree are like, these illegal immigrants are ruining our country. It's one thing to think that, but if we started rounding them up in death camps, he was in 1932 was after they got whooped in World War I, and the Nazis were like, these goddamn Jews are starting to be a problem. It's cool to get in on that ground floor. The second they flipped, he was definitely still like, oh good, we just need more out. Can I outfit them too?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
No.
He made the jumpsuit.
No, I don't think so.
I'm thinking stripes.
I don't think they had that tailored.
No.
They're like, what?
I mean, someone had to make the stripes. Someone was getting paid on the stripes.
No more sneezing. Sorry. I thought I had another one coming up.
I thought you were
No, bless
listening.
you. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't do that to my wife, and it drives her nuts.
Why don't you do that?
I say, damn, ew. Damn, ew.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneeze so much. Oh, my apologies. I just get so nervous. So he went from making $26,000 USD in 1932 to over $3,300,000 in 1941.
Good.
Though he claimed in a 1934 to 1935 advertisement that he had been a supplier for the National Socialist uniforms since 1924.
Who is his inspirations? Genghis Khan and Mao? Like, where is he pulling all of this from?
No, he wasn't like the designer. He just made them.
Oh, he's the manufacturer.
He's the manufacturer.
So somewhere is there like a little fruit German somewhere being like, and I think we should.
Yeah, they do have like they have a like graphic designer and like a regular designer like making all the uniforms.
Oh, so he's just like the slave driver who oversees the factories?
Yeah.
I thought he was the designer this whole time.
No.
So who the fuck made the black boots?
I think I got a minute.
Oh, you have the black boots in there?
Yeah, I think so. It was potable that he. No, it was probable that he did not begin. God damn it! I'm sorry. Potable?
Sound it out.
I was about to say. First off, you have no fucking right.
I read at a solid 9th and a half grade level above you.
No, you don't.
You think you read better than me, pussy?
You can say hypodermic needle. You couldn't read that out.
That's scientific language. That's like not being able to pronounce bronchiosaurus. Who gives a shit?
You should be able to pronounce bronchiosaurus.
I'm 90% sure that was incorrect anyway.
I know it is.
It's just
I think you're thinking about Brontosaurus.
there's an E somewhere. No, they had a hood cousin.
Yeah, Brachiosaurus.
Yeah, that's Brock. Can't be trusted. He's been in and out the pen. Jurassic Park's the pen.
Yeah.
What is this? How to pronounce?
Oh, hard words to pronounce.
Anemone, mischievous, rural, epitome, choir. Tristan's gay. February.
Yeah.
No, the one before.
Yeah, that after between February and accessory is
What?
just someone
Antarctic?
Antarctic.
Antaric? Hold on.
Onomatopoeia. Drought.
Wait. Antarctic.
Antarctic.
Antarctic? Bro, you get traded into the slave trade if you pronounce that at a certain point in America, and it still should be that way. If you use the word, first of all, it's comfortable on there.
Ignominions.
It's a bunch of hard words like quinoa and then comfortable right after that. Scissors?
None of us are going to try that.
Have you ever?
Dude.
Have you ever?
Get
What?
that word out of here.
What? Wait. Ignominious. Dumb shit.
Ignominious.
Yeah, ignominious.
He's my favorite Transformer.
Yeah. Oh, Worcestershire. That's
Yeah,
W sauce.
Worcestershire.
Or W sauce if you're that Cajun guy who
W sauce.
who cooks alligator with his son.
Yeah. Put a whole pat of butter on a grill.
Yeah, throw it on the grill.
Put a butter on a grill.
Throw a whole onion on the grill.
This has nothing. Coop. This has nothing. Oh, coup?
It's coup. Ah, dumb. I was up. Thank you.
You guys suck.
I'm the college educated one. Why is my intelligence always being questioned?
You went to college for head injuries. Shut the fuck up. I'm talking about Hugo Ferdinand Voss.
Talk about Ferdy.
I got the Ferdy.
Would you name your kid Ferdinand?
A little birdie told me about Ferdy. It's a whole 1930 song.
Okay.
No, it's not.
I know it's not. You're just fucking stimming.
I thought you'd like it.
Little birdie named Ferdy.
Yeah.
That's what'll take us to the top.
I've been working on that for so long.
A little birdie named Ferdy too. Ferdy tries opioids, loses all his feathers, can't produce eggs naturally.
Yeah. Just freaking the fuck out. Just tweaking.
Half of his beak is gone.
Yeah.
Don't do
You
drugs, kids.
Never had meth beak before? It's bad. Toucan Sam had to replace his whole beak because of meth beak. He didn't know. He didn't know.
He had a deviated beak, dude. This shit was fucked.
Yeah. So basically, it was probable that he did not begin to supply them until 1928 at the latest, all their like wares and shit, but was one of the first to produce brown shirt copies of the yellow shirts introduced to the SA in 1924.
Yeah.
So the factory was one of numerous smaller manufacturing companies involved in uniform production. So Hugo Boss was not involved in the design of the uniform. 1924.
Just a fucking wholesaler?
Yeah, no. In 1924 is also the year the company became a licensed supplier of uniforms for the SA, the SS, the Wehrmacht, the Hitler Youth, National Socialist Motor Corps, and other party organizations. So he's outfitting the entire SS. Like everyone who's a Nazi is wearing Hugo Boss.
Good for him. You think his mother's proud?
I mean, for like a second, probably, yeah.
You know, my boy is out here outfitting, I don't know, I think it's like Nazi or something like that. She has no clue what's going on.
Is that a band?
Yeah, cut the fucking 4 years later, he's standing behind Hitler at a presser. Just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So by the third quarter of 1932, all the black SS uniforms was designed by SS members Karl Deitstesch, who's the artist, and
Right.
Walter Heck, the graphic designer.
Okay.
So those are the dudes behind the boots.
Walter Heck?
Walter
It's a
Heck.
German?
What the heck?
Yeah.
So the Hugo Boss Company was one of the companies that had produced these black uniforms for the SS, and by 1938, the firm was focused on producing Wehrmacht uniforms, and later also uniforms for the Waffen SS. During the Second World War, besides its 300 employees, Hugo Boss had 140 forced laborers, the majority of them women from Soviet Union and Poland. In addition to these workers, 40 French prisoners of war was also worked for the company briefly between
So they
October.
had slaves?
Yeah, 1940 and April 1941.
I like how I said forced workers. It's like, do you mean slavery? It's like,
Correct.
yeah, they couldn't leave.
In prison labor.
Oh, dude, yesterday there was a fly in the bathroom, like a horse fly, and Taylor got scared. She's
Yeah.
like, can you come do something about this? And I shut the door and I go, Now yous can't leave, and hit it in one shot.
Really?
Yeah, I go,
What'd you hit it with? The towel or your hand?
My left hand split its fucking eyebrow wide
Bang.
open.
Bang.
I did. I got a pretty good one shot.
Yeah.
I don't know about shot two. I've never taken to deep waters.
Yeah, he'll take you into deep waters, dude. Like a bot fly, they'll
Yeah.
take you in deep waters. And get in your skin.
Really figure out who you are on the inside.
I know. During the Second World War, so they basically had a bunch of... They stole people.
They had lady slaves.
Lady slaves.
Like the lady volunteers?
Shout out to all my lady slaves out there working hard to get Hugo Boss uniforms.
Maybe
on
they're
those
having a
now.
good season. They might make the playoffs.
Yeah, lady slaves.
Like, you know, they do like basketball teams of college. It's like the lady volunteers, the lady huskies.
Yeah.
The lady slaves are doing pretty hard.
That sounds awful. Good work ethic, but according to German historian Henning Kober, the company managers were fervent Nazis who were all great admirers of Adolf Hitler. In 1945, Hugo Ferdinand Boss had a photograph in his apartment of him with the big old AH. Mr. Hitler hanging out, taken by Berghoff, at Hitler's Obsalgerberg, whatever retreat. So he was at a retreat with Hitler and got
So he got invited to the white party, basically. The
Got
German white
invited.
party in 1930, whatever.
Yeah,
He's
the
in
Hitler
there.
White Party.
That's awesome.
But unfortunately for Hugo, all good things must come to an end.
Much like most white parties. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
Shortly after he put his photo in his apartment, the Nazis lost the war, and Nazi supporters were being rounded up and tried for their crimes.
Damn, you can't even flex on the gram?
No.
You can't even keep your shit up anymore?
No,
It's
no.
literally on your wall.
I know, it's bad.
Damn.
I mean, you can't. I mean, literally a week ago, that's the sickest thing. But like, America is one. They're just like, let's see in this guy's apartment if he's a Nazi, and you're like, that's a real photograph of you and Adolf Hitler.
Well, the guy that he's trying to flex, I'm pretty sure what did he do? He took a cyanide pill with him and his
They're in
girl
matching
in a bunker.
outfits.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
No.
That changes stuff completely.
I don't know, but I bet if he's making all the uniforms, they're in matching
Yo,
outfits.
look, me and the
for sure.
Fuhrer in matching Nike Tech fits.
Nike Tech Fit, Adidas tracksuits.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Puma suede.
So, because of his early Nazi Party membership, his financial support of the SS, and the uniforms delivered to the Nazi Party, Hugo Ferdinand Boss was considered both an activist and a supporter and beneficiary to the Nazi Party.
How the fuck did he start a clothing brand then?
Yeah, no. So in
How is he not rounded up, or at least in Argentina or something?
in a 1946 judgment, he was stripped of his voting rights, his capacity to run a business, and fined a very heavy penalty
Damn.
of $100,000, which was $70,000 US, but later decreased to $25,000.
So this nigga overcame international sanctions?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So, however, Hugo Ferdinand Boss appealed, and he was eventually classified as a follower, a lesser category, which meant he was not regarded as an active promoter of the National Socialism.
So just because I liked Hitler, I can't own a donut shop? That doesn't make any sort of sense to me. I'm not making evil donuts, you asshat. Or is it like just clothes?
No, I mean, like, it was just like because he was such like a close member. He like made all the fucking uniforms. So they're like, dude, you were with the Nazi Party. He's like, I was just a fan.
So now I can't own a neurodivergent fucking kid barbershop?
Yeah,
Just
but-
because I like the Fuhrer a little bit? That's
And
crazy.
Then he got his sentence reduced to just being like I was here, so I had to do what I had to do, and they let him be a business owner again.
Let me tell you, as a guy who appreciates a nice sentence reduction, I can see that. Do the most with that second
Yeah.
chance, young buck.
Yeah, for real. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to do very much because Hugo Boss died on August 9th, 1948, of a tooth abscess.
Oh, so this is some family that took the fucking
Yeah.
all his clout, basically. Oh, I hate when they do that.
His business survived. His son, Siegfried Boss, and son-in-law, Eugene Holy, took over the ownership and management of the company.
The daughter's husband got in?
Yeah.
Ugh, this whole
Production
thing went to
initially
shit.
focused on uniforms for the French army and the French Red Cross, being like, oops.
What a pivot. They're like, I'm tired of making clothes for losers. Maybe we'll pick another.
I think it was more just being like, and you know what? We can do more army stuff. It doesn't have to be Nazi stuff.
It was a coincidence that we were making the death troops suits or whatnot.
Yeah.
Make a couple of French leotards. Call it a day.
Yeah. Then on they did uniforms for post office workers, railroad workers, militaries and police. In
Coincidentally, also salt of the earth.
Yeah. They're just like, we'll do fucking puppies. We'll do cats.
Dude, literally whatever you want. I don't
Whatever
give a
you
shit. I'll make
want.
Kirby a spacesuit. It doesn't matter.
I don't give a
just,
shit.
Just forget about what happened before.
The Nazis, remember, they're gone now.
Yeah, he's like, dude, we'll start making high-end fashion for wasps in America.
You won. Ding.
Yeah.
So in 1950, the company received its first order for men's suits, resulting in an expansion to 150 employees. By the end of the year, Hugo Boss men's suits first appeared on the market in 1953, which was like one of their big things.
To be fair, they probably still outfitted, because Boss is a nice brand.
Yeah.
They're probably outfitted guys who made the decision to kill equal or more amounts of people. I guarantee you when someone was like, yep, push the button on Iran, they were in a Hugo Boss suit.
Oh, yeah.
Destroyed.
I mean, that being said, they weren't just being like, this bomb is brought to you by Hugo
Hugo
Boss.
Boss.
Yeah. So
It's signed like an NFL football. Have you ever seen a football? It says the Duke, and then it's signed by the commissioner. It has fucking Heinrich's signature right underneath it.
Yeah.
Or his son-in-law.
Whoever.
Ugh.
By 1960, the company was producing ready-to-made suits. The Boss brand was registered as a trademark in 1977. This was followed by the start of the company's now long association with motorsport, sponsoring Formula One teams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
in
very European.
in 1984, the first Boss branded fragrance appeared. This helped the company gain the required growth for listing on the Frankfurt Stock Market Exchange.
I used to have Boss. I thought I was about to get so much pussy in the third grade. I think I got that for like a Hanukkah present, and then just like the bottle was gone in 2 weeks. I basically just opened it and took a bath in it.
Just fucking swigged it
I
out.
had to smell like ass, bro. Just little kid must, and then fucking
Just
Nazi juice.
yeah, Nazi cologne. So in 1989, Boss launched its first ever licensed sunglasses, and Hugo Boss grew and grew into the company that it is today, projected to be worth $5 billion in 2025. So
That's it? I thought they'd be worth more than that.
No, $5 billion?
Yeah, the Cowboys are worth fucking 9.
Yeah, but the Cowboys they weren't owned they didn't outfit the Nazis and stuff like that.
That's a valid argument. Yeah, they outfitted the biggest, when I say coolest, I just mean most recognizable. They outfitted one of the coolest armies to ever exist. There's no kickback on that.
You can't say they're the coolest.
Then the biggest movie franchise ever to be made literally just copied them.
Are we talking about the Nazis?
I'm talking about Star Wars. I don't know what you're doing.
I thought you were talking about the Nazis were the coolest.
No, it was for sure. Yeah, they were at the time sweet as hell. They shouldn't have a good cause to fight for.
I'll let you simmer on that. So it wasn't Hugo Boss's only controversies.
Oh, no?
In June 2000, Hugo Boss joined the Foundation Initiative of German Business for the Compensation for Forced Laborers.
What do you mean, like to pay slaves?
To pay them back for... it was basically...
Oh, you signed up for reparations.
Yeah. And contributed financially to the fund. An initial study commissioned by the company at the end of the 1990s on the situation in the Third Reich was not published by the company. The author later published it on the internet herself. Later, the economic historian Roman Koster conducted an independent study, which was also financed by the company.
Wait, so the Germans put together like a foundation to just pay back money to Jays?
Yeah. Because
So it can be done. What the fuck? Dude,
Yeah.
I should get the bag. If we're talking about reps, I should get the J rep, the black rep, and then I will get an NCAA rep. I should not work for 3 years. I should get enough to sit and really change
It's not
my
how it
dream.
works, pal. It's not how it works.
Man, if all the inequality reps hit at once, you wouldn't see me anymore. There'd
Yeah.
be signs.
So independent study, which was financed by the company and published by C.H. Beck in 2011. In the same year, the company issued a statement of profound regret to those who suffered harm or hardship at the factory run by Hugo Boss under the National Socialist rule. Another controversy, British comedian and actor Russell Brand was a guest at the 2013 GQ Awards, which was sponsored by Hugo Boss. After receiving an award on stage, Brand proceeded to talk about Hugo Boss's Nazi connection and did a goose step. He was later ejected from the ceremony and has
goose step?
Do you know the ba 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 like the
Like their marching style?
yeah the Nazis
Pretty
march.
sweet.
It's not. You got to go so high leg. You look crazy.
No, you're not wrong. You know what was cool from that time? You ever see a nigga hit the Russian homies hit that like Rasputin dance where they bounce up and down and like
Oh yeah,
kick their legs out?
That's
That's cool. On a quick side note, that army lost, by the way. Those dudes with that leg strength lost.
We can like those guys though.
No, absolutely.
The Russians?
Yeah.
They were good during World War II.
No, we just had a common enemy during World War that they were not good.
I mean,
Stalin killed more people than Hitler.
They're better than most.
22 million. Can I get a number on that? 22 million is what Stalin killed.
What red pill podcast are you watching where you're loving Hitler all of a sudden?
Look, I'm not.
You got to stop listening to Kanye. You got to stop listening
That
to
song
Kanye.
on a quick side note?
Yeah. You got to stop listening to Kanye.
If you just listen to it in the background through like a wall to where you couldn't hear the words, this man hasn't lost a step on making a beat. this guy
you can make a beat, but you can't be like in the pot. You can't be dipping your finger in the Kanye pot.
6 to 9 million is what Stalin killed. That's more than big fucking. That's more than
How
big
many?
A dog. 6 million.
I mean, that was just Jews, though. I mean, how many other like German soldiers were killed because of like his commands and shit like that?
Damn, I didn't actually think about that. The Jews were getting the Kobe Bryant and others treatment. Like it was like 6 million Jews died in a plane crash, and others. There were some others on the board as well.
Yeah, there's also like every other German who is signed up to be in Hitler's army who is massacred in the war.
Fruits. They have the fruits, the blacks. It's not that many blacks over there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other people who died.
It's hard to discern fruits from just normal Europeans.
A lot of people died. They died. All right, so
nice historical wrap up. Tristan.
They died.
Why'd you get so shaky? We started talking about history. You brought up Hugo Boss.
I know. I didn't expect you to love Hitler.
No, I'm just saying there's aspects of the Nazi shit that was kind of sick. If you took outside of like their like mission statement, you were just like black boots, swaggy, marching style.
You can like the Hells Angels.
Exactly, swaggy as fuck.
Yeah, but I feel like you like the Nazis more than the Hells Angels.
I just know more.
About the Nazis?
Yeah,
learn more about the Hells Angels.
Because the Hells Angels didn't kill 6 million. Didn't kill 6 million Jews.
That would be crazy. They're still around.
There's literally no more Jews left in California.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't see that episode of Sons of Anarchy.
Breaking news: 80% of Hollywood dead due to Hells Angels uprising.
That'd be crazy. So in March 2010, Hugo Boss was boycotted by actor Danny Glover for the company's plans to close the plant.
Guy from Lethal Weapon?
Yes. And
I'm getting too old for this Nazi shit.
Yeah. So the company's plans to close their plant in Brooklyn, Ohio, after 375 employees of the Workers United Union reportedly rejected the Hugo Boss proposal to cut the workers' hourly wage 36% from $13 an hour to $8.50. After an initial statement by CFO Andreas Stockert saying the company had a responsibility to shareholders and would move on.
That's what they always say.
Yeah, would move suit manufacturing from the U.S. to other facilities in Turkey, Bulgaria, and Romania. The company gave in to the boycott and canceled the plans for the project. Renewed plans to close a plant in 2015 also failed. And this one... let me see which one.
Damn, something about me. I hate when the fucking little guy wins. That's obnoxious. I was kind of pulling for the big corp right there. Like, just fire them all.
This one's crazy. In September 2015, Hugo Boss UK was fined $1.2 million in relation to the death in June 2013 of a child who died 4 days after from suffering fatal head injuries at the store in Bicester, Oxfordshire.
Was it Hugo Boss the ones who put the black kid in the monkey shirt, or was that Gucci? You remember that?
I think that was Gucci.
That was Gucci? All right, never mind. I knew it was a high fashion house somewhere.
Yeah.
That was like, look. And they're like, oh my God, just kidding.
Yeah, never mind. So the 4-year-old boy had been injured when a steel-framed fitting room mirror weighing 260 pounds fell on him.
I don't think that should kill you.
He was 4.
Oh. All right. I missed that.
Yeah, it just went, wah. You just squished him.
All right.
Yeah, so Oxford Crown Court had earlier been told that it had neglectedly been left freestanding without any fixing. So it was just a freestanding 260-pound mirror. And the kid just went, hey, posh.
Sounds
and then
like
it went,
shit I would have done.
yeah, you would have been smushed. And then your parents would have got $1.2 million.
It is so easy to almost die. I almost impaled myself with a forklift for sure.
Yeah.
I almost got killed by it was no good, bro. I shouldn't have been driving a forklift.
Yeah, the coroner had said it was an accident waiting to happen. In June 2015, Hugo Boss had admitted its breach of both the Health and Safety at Work Act of 1974 and Management of Health and Safety at Work regulations in 1999. The company's legal representation said the consequence of this failing is as awful as one could reasonably imagine. Since the day of the accident, Hugo Boss has done all it can first to acknowledge those failings, to express genuine, heartfelt remorse, and also demonstrate a determination to put things right and ensure there cannot be a repeat of what went wrong. So, crushed a kid.
Dude, you read that so just monotone? You're just
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, well, first of all, you read about 8 inches away from the microphone. You're like, and then
I've been trying to fix that. I'm sorry. I've been trying to focus on my mic placement.
So Hugo Boss, overall, good guy. Sweet guy.
Yeah, this is the last thing I'll say about Hugo Boss before we move on. So, this is really funny. In 2020, Hugo Boss told NBC it did not use cotton from the Xinjiang area of China to avoid Uyghur forced labor. However, in 2021, the Chinese...
the Uyghurs have been getting fucked up.
Absolutely mollywopped.
I mean, it's that Cat Williams joke about not knowing no insurgents. I ain't got one insurgent friend. I've never met some nigga who's like, I'm Uyghurnese or whatever the hell. Where's Uyghur?
Yeah.
Who are the
It's a
Uyghurs?
province in China.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it like Taiwan, though, where you say like the country of Uyghur?
Yeah, I honestly can't speak on it. I don't really know that much.
I don't even think Uyghur's a place. Neither is China.
I think it's a type of people. I'm not sure.
It's not a place.
I don't know. We're both too stupid to talk on it properly.
Uyghurisms, nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds fun to say, and I'm worried about saying it.
It does sound like about an 8-pound mammal that just kills, almost like, you know, the lemmings, how they just follow each other off a cliff?
Yeah.
A Uyghur sounds like the slightly bigger version of that. Like, they kill themselves too. They're just like 3 pounds.
It's not a dodo bird, it's a people. It's human beings with blood, like us.
So what Xi Jinping thinks.
Like us, you see. We don't listen to him. So they said they weren't getting forced labor from the Uyghur However, in 2021, the Chinese subsidiary of Hugo Boss stated on its official Sing Weibo account, which
Uyghurs aren't people.
It said that it had been using the cotton from the region and would continue to do so.
And death to all Uyghurs.
Yeah, China basically, Hugo Boss branch said, we're standing 10 toes down.
Fuck this Uyghur shit.
Yeah. So they said Xinjiang's long stapled cotton is one of the best in the world. We believe top quality raw materials will definitely show its value. We will continue to purchase the support Xinjiang cotton. The statement was later edited to simply say they have partners in various regions of China. So they went from like Xinjiang's the best, they're better than the rest, to like we go to China sometimes.
I don't know, dude. Sometimes we fuck around.
We've been there. And so,
I don't know nothing about no Uyghur, dog.
Yeah, so basically, with links, so it says they get it partners of various regions of China with a link to an English language page on their website, which in turn linked to another statement containing the following words: Hugo Boss has not procured any goods originating in Xinjiang region from direct suppliers. But in September 21st,
because they work in like Paris and Europe and shit, right? And there's never
that's where they sell the shit.
There's never been Uyghurs in Paris.
Yeah, yeah, no, never. You just want to get that in there.
I literally led you right.
You little goosebump.
Uyghurs again.
Yeah, so they said that they don't get anything for the Zhejiang region. But in September 2021, the European Center of Constitutional and Human Rights filed a complaint with German prosecutors accusing Hugo Boss of abetting and profiting from forced labor in Xinjiang. And in 2022, researchers at the University of Applied Sciences identified the cotton from Hugo Boss being of Xinjiang.
He goes, I swear to God, we're not using Xinjiang. And then they take a closer
look. And this was after they donated to the forced labor thing in 2001.
We took a second look, and they're trading Uyghurs like Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Shit's no good.
It's bad news. Turns out it's bad news.
All right,
so that was the semi-fun story of Hugo Boss. Not really fun because they did some bad stuff. But,
so we got like 15 minutes left. I'll just kind of hit us up. What I wanted to do is like a broader scope thing. Because
I was either gonna do Hugo Boss or Jinko jeans.
those are within. Remember that one time we made fun of that guy who fucking
Soaps? I was gonna do soaps too. I was gonna do Jinkos and soaps.
That's kind of what I was hoping you were gonna do. Is you could do the '90s, and then I would do the what do they call them? The early aughts, 2000 to 2010.
Yeah, I
and then
think
it's called
so.
the 2010s.
Yeah,
like
the 10s.
20, and we're the 20s now.
Yeah, the roaring 20s.
We're in the roaring 20s.
Yeah, 20s be roaring.
No, we are in the flaming. It's not even roaring anymore. It's flaming. Here we go. So I have a list of the 23 most abominable things men wore in the early 2000s.
Okay.
Tell me if you had some and what you think on them.
All right.
Number 1, the fedora. Did you have one?
I did.
I had a couple. I'd get them from Claire's whenever I go get new earrings. I promise I've been a straight man.
I thought I looked cool.
Because you did probably at some point. I was trying to look like Drake and Josh in the Blues Brothers episode. It was sweet.
No, I would just wear them with like a black shirt with like a fedora on.
Dude, there was a time.
I wish I could hit myself with a folding chair.
There was a time.
If I would go back in time, I would pick that kid up by the ankles and throw him in a pool.
Was it standard pattern or did it have like plaid or some horse shit on
I think it had like a black and white checkered stripe at the bottom.
God, you suck shit.
Yeah, I did suck.
There was a time and a place where you could get pussy in a fedora and a vest with a t-shirt underneath it.
Yeah, you could.
That's the look.
And fingerless gloves.
Pocket chain. Just walking around crushing
What's
puss.
up, guys?
You're like, I kind of know Gavin DeGraw. We like grew up in the same town.
Grew up in the same town.
All right, number 2.
Did you guys like my candy jewelry I'm wearing?
Trying to get that one piece of hair to fall just over your right eye.
Yeah, just going like
I was
that.
always so jealous of white kid haircuts back.
What's up? You're not wearing camo on denim tonight. Something wrong? You're not wearing a pink undershirt with camo on denim.
Oh, that's great. All right, number 2, fitness leggings with no shorts, which I disagree for men. Big
What do you
hog
mean?
or not.
Oh, just wear those around?
Yeah, no, like dudes just wear those around. Disagree.
Oh, I would never wear those.
Fitness leggings work for girls, but for guys, they just attract attention directly to the bulge area. And to be honest, never looks good. Number 3, wearing 2 or more polo shirts, and they're popped.
Dude, I didn't even know that. I thought that was like a funny thing for movies.
That's a little before our time. If you were like legit in college trying to get pussy in 01 pre-Towers, no one's talking shit if you walk in with double polos on.
And double pop polos.
You got $200 worth of sweet polo on. You probably got some shitty also polo cologne. And your dad's credit card. You're ready for a good night.
You're wearing a visor with like spiked white hair.
Yeah.
Spiked blonde hair.
You go by something like Razor. Your name's Seth, but you're like, no. I
Yeah.
go by Razor in my friend group.
Yeah, I'm a DJ, but I just put on my playlist.
Dude, have you guys seen my new leather bracelet?
Oh, dude, leather cuff bracelets? You had leather cuff bracelets?
I know. Here's a debatable one because I hate these when they were popular then. I hate them now. Baggy, oversized cargo pants.
I never wore those.
Like
no.
this level big.
Oh no.
Eat my whole ass. I don't care if your sister works at
I was a skinny jeans, not an oversized baggy.
I will die on this. You know what's crazy? Skinny jeans will come back around in 4 years. And
I was also in 5th grade.
Yeah. Did you get to wear what you want? If you always got to wear what you wanted.
In 5th grade?
That's a stupid question.
I mean, like, do you mean did the school allow it, or my parents?
Would your parents ever say like, no, you can't wear that?
No.
I don't think they told you no ever. That was a dumb question. All right, here we go. Number 5.
They told me no.
Why would they draw the line on
I
clothes?
wanted my parents. Have you ever seen the old Indiana Jones movies?
Yes.
So there's a scene in, I think it's Raiders of the Lost Ark, where I think it's Raiders of the Lost Ark, where like he whips to like the back of a truck, and like he goes underneath the truck, like under the like moving gears of it, and he's like perfectly fine and like is holding the whip. And I tried to convince my mom for like probably 3 days to let her, like, I'd lay under the car and have her drive over me, and I'm like, I'm
She's
small
like,
enough.
No.
And
She
like,
would do it?
No, she's like, no, absolutely
Oh,
not.
I thought this is where your
I'm like, Mom, I would
got
just
it.
lay right here and then you drive under me and I would see like the car moving under. Like, I'm like, it would be so cool.
Dude, you're a fucking psychopath. All right, anyway.
I wanted to be like Indiana Jones. Don't
Almost as
judge
much
me.
of a psychopath as anyone who wore the brand Ed Hardy,
Oh,
which
I
at a
was-
point was lit.
I was thinking about doing Ed Hardy too, because Ed Hardy.
Oh, I thought you meant in general. I'm like,
Like
dude, if
kissing
you come in
him?
here with
Like-
bedazzled on, I will.
Oh,
fuck
that'd be
you.
so bad,
I will
dude.
kick you in the forehead.
No, that's completely acceptable. I expect violence at
If you
that
came in
point.
here with one of the big hats with like a cross right here that's all fat.
Dude, do you remember when like the dad from Octomom wore the Ed Hardy shit and it kind of tanked the brand? because like Ed Hardy was like already seen as a douchebag brand, and that guy was like such a douche after he left her with the 8 kids. He just would be on yachts partying and shit, and he got caught wearing an Ed Hardy t-shirt, and it like did actually bad stock numbers for them.
There is something about the type of guy that wears Ed Hardy though that I kind of like. Just a dude who leads jaw first, chain out, and is very confident but a retard all at the same time.
Oh, dude, so
Those are my
stupid.
people.
I'm like, how do you drive a car?
So they don't. Well, it's a big truck that's bigger than everyone. They don't have to.
Yeah.
Here we go. Jeans with pocket embezzlements. So like True Religion when they had like the fat horseshoe or the stitching is white. And
that would always piss me off. I think my sister had some jeans like that.
I guarantee you had these drop crotch parachute pants or the hammer pants. You ever have hammer pants?
I only had a pair of those because I worked at the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, okay. Weirdly enough, dude, God, you suck, but it's interesting at the same time.
Yeah. The only reason
the one time it's acceptable.
Yeah, the only time I had those is because I'm like, they're like, all right, you need like Renaissance clothes, and I just showed up in sweatpants. They're like, you can't wear those, and I'm like,
yeah, you're like,
what do you mean?
This is sick.
Then he gave me like pirate pants, and they were so airy. I would wear them around the house all the time.
Musty.
No, they would just have like so much air circulation through your nut air.
Yeah.
It would be great.
I'll give you another one. I wore these a lot. I still wear them. Visors.
Like a visor?
Big visor guy.
I used to wear a bunch of visors in high school.
Visors are sweet.
I mean, like right now, if I wore a visor, my hair would just kind of droop over the side and look very silly.
Yeah. Here we go. Man prees.
What the fuck is that? Like capris for men? No, I never.
As a man who has been often accused of wearing man prees, there's a difference between a cuffed pant and fucking man prees.
Yeah, no, you definitely, boy, you toe that thin white line.
Toe that line.
You toe that line so heavy, dude. You're borderline capris every day.
Overly pointy dress shoes that bend upwards, like Rumpelstiltskin.
I can't imagine. What am I? A jester? Do I have bells on the top of them?
Oh, these are sweet. Those huge puffy skate shoes, i.e. Globe or DC or any of those with the fat laces too.
Yeah, I used to have, I think the brand, not Industrial. Fuck. What was the brand? No, I had a brand. Oh, I had a pair of Osiris's.
With the huge tongue.
With the huge tongue.
Skinny jeans and tuck them in so the tongue was out. God, we sucked. Do-rags in public. I don't know why that's on there. They showed 2 white people.
That guy's racist.
Maybe that's why. Because there was a point where white bros kind of could just M&M's walking around with a do-rag on. You could get away with it.
Yeah, that's in like intense, like white guy trying to be black formation.
Yeah, like Malibu's Most Wanted.
You're wigging out, dude.
Number 14, wearing a T-shirt over a button-down shirt. And they show the kid from Hannah, Montana, and it makes so much sense.
I tried to rock that.
It was kind of swaggy for a little bit.
You could still do that with some shit today.
It has number 15 on here as trucker hats, and I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you got one on right now.
Sweet, and they're always going to be awesome.
You got one on right now.
Carpenter jeans. Thank you. I rest my case.
I mean, I don't have a pair of Carpenter jeans, but if they found a nice pair, I'd wear them.
And they'll never have a hammer anywhere close to where the hammer should be.
I'd put a hammer in them.
Wearing tanks, just in general.
Tank tops?
Like a beater. Just wearing a beater.
Oh, like a beater out and about?
Just a beater out and about.
That's bold. I've done it on stage before.
That's even crazier. With that body.
Yeah. Oh, not this current body. I was a lot skinnier due to drugs.
You were walking up with that?
Yeah, due to drugs and sadness, I was skinnier. I looked nicer.
It's like, dude, I was barely attached to the earth. Wearing ties over T-shirts. I wish that would come back.
Oh my God, ties over T-shirts on some American idiot bullshit.
It shows a picture of a guy with a tie with a T-shirt and a hat on that's non-ironically right here. It's like
that guy rules. Awesome. If that guy showed up just on a Jeep with no doors or back doors,
that guy's off 3 white Red Bulls having a great time.
Yeah, dude.
Orders Cosmos because he thinks it's cool. White belts. Did you wear a white belt? I wore a white belt. White belts were sweet. Cuffs and sweatbands, wore both of those. Overly large shirt collars, that was big for
What about this? Silly bands.
Those were huge. Silly bands. I love boobies bracelets.
I love booby bracelets
merch in general.
Had a huge moment.
I had a I love boobies fucking
hats?
Beanie, and my mom got mad and took it away.
Yeah.
Because Brody got it for me and was like, dude, this is sweet. She saw that immediately, and I was like, someone hates tits.
Hey, bitch, why'd you hate tits?
I think it was like, oh, God. Overly distressed bootcut jeans with flip-flops.
What?
Anytime you see a guy in flip-flops
Oh my God.
with pants on,
That's
basically
disgusting.
any Dane Cook-driven vehicle from the early 2000s.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's someone wearing two polos at the same time.
Yeah, and finally, number 23, striped shirts that look like they're 70s wallpaper. So like something big like that. Big striped shirts.
That's what I'm wearing right now.
You dress like...
Yeah. That's what I'm wearing right now, dude.
and that's the list of fun that I wanted to do. Tell us if you like it or not, and also let us know what you thought the best era of dressing was. Because me personally, I think it was the early 90s. We're sweet. You could still
I was
wear
looking
some
up stuff from
grunge.
I was looking up stuff from the 60s. Pat, can you look up space age fashion real quick? It looks nuts,
Space
dude.
age fashion.
I wanted to do something about this, but I feel like it required a little bit too much research that I was like allotted to do. Look at this shit. That was like what people thought like dressing in the future would be in like
Ew.
the 60s.
What the fuck? Bro, fashion niggas are always weird as fuck. I'll
That woman's
die
wearing a
on that
disco
hill.
ball.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean,
One up to the left.
the one girl looks like they couldn't afford like the Joe. Oh, Jesus Christo. That's a fashion show, though. Well, she's just in chainmail. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, people were just being like, dude, I'm fashionable as fuck.
All right. Well, let's get that.
I also can't vote.
Yeah.
I think they can
no
vote.
right. I only wear this weird craziness to hide the bruises because I get beat. On
Yeah, I look crazy cool and I can't vote.
Jesus
I
Christ.
can't cook, and that's not even cool. Like, I know, like, it's cool in the future. Like, I don't really know how to cook. I eat out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Jesus fuck. Here we go. As always, if you like what you see, we have a Patreon, www.patreon.com/themodernapes. And when you join the Patreon, we encourage you to make a fun name, make it fun, make it cool, make it something that'll make us chuckle. And you also get first dibs on, picking topics for the future episodes. So here we go. Number 1, we have Daniel is the favorite again. You know why. I don't know why. She commented on the.
Is that Mara?
By the way, we did a
Is that Mara?
Yeah, we did a hereditary
Mara
watch
Mara?
along that's on patreon.com right now /themodernapes, and she commented on it. So,
Audio only.
no, there's video
It cut out.
after like 30 minutes. Hey,
Yeah.
sell a thing.
Yeah, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, and then we got I didn't say this right last week. Schwarzer Cruisebend Mushi Jungi.
What is that?
You dirty monkey, text me back. No, I have no clue. It's nothing good.
I know.
You think it says I love my mom so much?
I hope so.
Doesn't. You know what? I have internet now. I can tell you right now.
Oh, you can copy and paste that.
Yeah, this was not we didn't have this technology before. I can tell you this. Nope, never mind. It pulled up knee joints. That's it has to be something about knees. It is for sure. I'll look into it. I think it's an ACL joke in a different language.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, Amber Lamps, Scott Hill, Pepe Le Fumes, Cobatero, Nacho Man, Snacky Savage.
I like that. Nacho Man Snacky Savage. That's very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me chips and queso here.
Yeah, I like appetizers. That's it. I'll fill up on those.
That's awesome.
Spinach dip is for me.
Tristan Eisine Schweitzel, Antonio Ramos, Carl, I legally married Cody Neary for tax purposes, Goldthorpe. And he hasn't changed yet, but Crush and Marmalade, Sammy's with Patty. Join the Patreon. Tell a friend about the cast. We're almost over, I can't talk. We are almost up over $100 over there. Literally all of the money that we get in Patreon goes right back into the production, whether it's studio time, mics, lights, camera, action, all the good stuff. Tell a friend about the cast. Let us know what you want. Vampire, anything?
I have to pee so bad and it's crazy. Also, it's raining so much. Oh, what movie are we gonna watch tonight?
Dude, you saw the perfect bow I put on that? Like a perfectly wrapped present. This guy fucking... It's done.
I opened it up. It's a good podcast.
Tell a friend about the cast.
I opened the present. It's a good
We'll
podcast. I
slam
opened it
taking
up.
the shoe off.
I can throw it in the rain.